What does success mean as a musician? This is a question I've been consciously or unconsciously asking all my life through my career as a piano player, singer, and entertainer. And in this video, I'm going to share my story as well as the lessons that I learned over the years, which showed me what true lasting success means for a musician, or really for any artist or creative person. And it's probably not what you think. When I first started teaching piano in Los Angeles, I saw it as just another career move, a way to support myself and pay the bills while I pursued my own vague idea of success. But something interesting happened that changed everything for me. What I noticed was, as I started to teach more students, a pattern. My students needed support in their playing, but really they were struggling with deeper issues. Self-confidence, fear of criticism. Some of them were going through social isolation where they felt disconnected, and many of them were just emotionally burned out. And what hit me the hardest was realizing just how familiar these struggles felt. You see, for years, I had dealt with my own version of these struggles: depression, anxiety, insecurities in my own playing. I would drive to other cities where I would play gigs for long hours and sing without breaks and settle for less than I was worth. And through all of this, I would be practicing not so much for the enjoyment and fulfillment of the process, but to fill a void. And what I didn't realize at the time was that underlying all of this was an insatiable need to prove myself. My self-worth felt tied to every note I played, every song I wrote, and every performance I gave. And the harder I pushed, the emptier I felt. I know what it's like to question your value, not just as a musician, but as a person. And here's the thing, no one was talking about this. There were no support groups, no communities, no one to help me or my students navigate the mental and emotional struggles, the specific struggles that come with being a creative musician. And that's when I knew something had to change, not just in the way I was supporting myself, but in the way I was supporting my students. I started asking some big questions. Questions like, why do so many of us stay stuck in cycles of perfectionism and self-doubt? Why do we think that an amazing song or an incredible performance will fix our fears and insecurities? And most importantly, what would it look like if we stopped viewing the music, our music, as the ultimate focus and instead started reclaiming ourselves? Now stay with me here because I know that may sound a little esoteric, but it's really not. Most musicians have a way of operating that is really wrong about success. And they believe that to be successful as a musician, you have to put the music first. And this makes perfect sense. I mean, we've all heard this, the music, it's all about the music and put the music first, right? That's a mantra. And it makes perfect sense on the surface. Why would we not want to put the music first as musicians? And the same for any, artistic discipline. And this has been taught to us by our teachers and by society, and it's been innocently taught to us. And the problem is it's backwards. What I found was it's not your life that should serve your art or your music. It's your music that should serve your life. The key to creative success is not in mastery of your craft primarily. It's in addressing the emotional and mental blocks that keep you playing small. So here's my message for today. Musicians, it's time to flip the script and to reverse our whole way of thinking about creative success. The real work lies in reclaiming our sense of self-worth. Not as performers or singers or songwriters, composers, because these are all identity level things, but from a sense of wholeness and a deep knowing that we are powerful creative beings. And this starts with facing our inner doubts, breaking free from our constant fears of not measuring up, and creating a life where our happiness and our music can coexist. This fulfilling balance of music and happiness can only start to coexist when you shift your focus from your circumstances, how your life looks on the outside, the results you perceive you're getting, to your internal state what's going on inside your mind, body, and spirit. And you're probably going to need a new way of thinking and a new way of being to get you there. So I've been working on a framework for the past 14 years that's specifically designed to get you confidently moving in the direction of whatever success in music looks like to you. It will be a program designed specifically for you and what you need. And if you've ever felt stuck, insecure, or disconnected from your music, from others, or even from yourself, I want to tell you, you are not alone. And believe me, I know what that's like. And I can tell you there are specific, simple actions that you can take that will transform not just your music life, but your personal life. Together, we'll work through the mental blocks that have been holding you back. We'll develop a personalized plan to heal those destructive patterns and to help you build a fulfilling creative life on your terms. If this resonates with you, I invite you to connect with me. Send me a message on Instagram or use the Calendly link below in the description to schedule a one-on-one mentoring call with me where we'll talk about where you are, where you want to go, and how we can get you there. And don't wait. The cost of staying stuck and restrained in your creativity is bigger than just your music. It affects your joy, your relationships, pretty much every area of your life. And I want to see you flourish as a musician, as a person. I'm here to support you every step of the way if you should choose to work with me. So schedule that call. I really look forward to meeting you and hopefully working with you. And let's redefine what's possible for not just for your music, but for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I will see you soon.